I love Portland, but I hate Portland. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. I think it's definitely hard. I would say probably for young black men, probably have it pretty hard in Portland. And, it's just like getting on the bus in the morning, at 7 o'clock when everybody's going to work. You see like maybe one black male on the bus, maybe. So it's just kind of odd. There's really odd things. I think people fear black males here. That's something that I personally noticed. I think it's a lot easier for females. But, yeah, Portland's a unique place.
We go to another club to shoot a video, and they ran after us. How you doing? I mean, ran. Not like hurry. I'm talking about, you can hear them running. What do you want? What are you doing here? We want to meet with your manager, talk about shooting a video here. For what? Shooting a video here. Now, we do a lot of business in Vegas and stuff like that. The thing about Vegas, it's about the green. You don't go, getting something done in Oregon is so hard just because of the color of your skin. It doesn't make any sense. You go somewhere else, Vegas, Seattle, you're doing business. If you want to do a concert, you go in there, you sign your papers, you give them the money. In Oregon, it's always some kind of racist bullshit. And it's 2005, let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go. Please.
Hell no, not in our backyard. This country has a serious prison industrial complex.
To my ghetto children, be strong and fight through it. Yo, the struggle is deep. The mouth of the child is weak. But it's hard to sleep, and it's hard to breathe. Surround you by certain things. Taking all this food.
Let me touch my child's face without having to look at them from behind glass. Because shatterproof glass distorts the faces of families and of strangers, and it mutates my face into a mask of rage. And when that happens, Attica, Attica, Attica.
To my ghetto children, be strong and fight through it. Yo, the struggle is deep. The mind of a child is weak. When it's hard to sleep. Breathe, surrounded by a circle of thieves. Taking all that's free. Breathe. The struggle is deep. The mind of a child is weak. When it's hard to sleep and it's hard to breathe. Surrounded by a circle of thieves. Taking all that's free. And as I got older, my heart started getting colder. Young and black, an athlete. Actually an honor roll student. Acting at the Langston Hughes Hall. Scholarship from the Huskies. Hired as a ball boy at 13. But when I went home, I didn't want Michael Dale. I hate you. All this abuse, so all they know was abuse. Education was the easy part, but hard to get through. With everything on my mind, I dropped.
But the verdict is always the same. Guilty.
It's hard to breathe, surrounded by a circle of thieves. Taking orders free, breathe. The struggle is deep.
Billy Eckstine to me was the man. He had that voice and he had the charisma about himself that just made him great. And then coming on to get into the rebels of our first time, our first real rebel was Marvin Gaye. He made all those songs, you know, and even Motown didn't want him to make them because, you know, what's going on? You know, he's talking about the war and all of that, you know, and they didn't want him to make them because they didn't think they would sell, because Motown was trying to move, you know, to the center so blacks and whites would buy their records, and he decided he was going to do it anyway, you know. I know I had a chance to see Cab Calloway. He came to Portland to play with the Oregon Symphony, and I went down and asked him, I said, you have an icon coming in the black community. There's not going to be anyone here to see him. Is there any way I can get some tickets so I can sell them at my beauty and barbershop? So they gave me 70 tickets. I sold the tickets here, and we all went down. So it was at least 70 black people there to see him. And to see Ray Charles come to town and do his job, do his thing with the Oregon Symphony, you know. It's just some of the people that I really admired, and it's hard to see him go, but of course everybody has to go. And James Brown, of course, he did his thing with say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You know, I think he went a little bit over when he said it's a man's world, because everybody knows it's not a man's world. You know, every married man knows that it's not a man's world. And I think later on he found that out. It really wasn't his world, you know.
Oh, come on, it's Dolomite. You know what I'm saying? There's, you know, I mean, there's a list of name of artists. Yeah, Millie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I'm not lying. Blowfly. You know what I'm saying?
Best friends, think about this, family. Best friends that we know, that we grew up with. Now you a Christian, I'm a blood, and we gonna kill each other. We grew up with each other. Yeah. Hey, Pee-wee football, Pee-wee baseball, we done kicked you over. And but now I wanna kill you over snot rat. Come on, man. That's some stupid shit. use my money. That's me. I just really can't. That's why all my whole enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, still start your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't even acknowledge you, man. I don't know the page. I don't know the music. I don't know what's funny, man. But just don't push it. Just don't try it. That's all it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Mac Dre has been probably the most influential artist that have come. Rest in peace, you know. Anytime you put the Thizzle dance on, pack the floor out.
Your boy E40. E40. He's definitely picked up Cool Nuts and showed him some things. He's come through the town. He's social when he's around here. He's not like, I'm a celebrity, so stay back. He's like, how can I get involved and help y'all push your thing? And he's stuck by that for years, still around. Mentions us, comes up and works with artists here, and artists go down and work with him from here. And then also the other one I may want to mention is Ras Kass and Mac Dre, of course, rest in peace with him.
There was a time where a certain area of Portland just got turned out basically by Vallejo, the Bay, Oakland, LA, what have you. You know, it was the early 80s, and then again it happened again in the 90s. You know, and really all we were trying to do is just protect our city. You know what I mean? Because Cass was trying to come up here and pretty much take it over. You know, we was just like, nah, this is our city. Oh, y'all, okay, y'all standing up for your thing. Okay, so it happened once again. And in the 90s, it happened, you know, in the 80s, it happened in terms of like with gangbanging. And then in the 90s, it happened with music. You know, they tried to come up here and the funny thing is, instead of it becoming like a war or any kind of an issue, we pretty much became their biggest market in terms of their record sales. And in turn, Portland artists were able to go down to the Bay, and they pretty much just gave the love back. And then same thing with LA. And that's kind of how, you know, that network, you know, has allowed us to be able to, you know, leave, get out of the city, get off your block, you know, not just perform, you know, in the basement or at a house party, you know, which has been a beautiful thing.
For a while, there was a little bit of a battle and a gripe where Portland didn't want to necessarily always be linked to California, because that was all folks knew about Portland is, oh, y'all them folks right above California, or y'all them folks in between LA and Seattle. And that was all our Portland's identity was. And so you got a lot of MCs that try to establish a Portland sound.
California's influence, I mean, shoot, like just